first of all, let's go over our October overview. We have Spice Week, Wind Week, Pumpkin Week, and Lantern Week. Of course, October is our 5-week month. I'm not going to dive in too much into how you can align those because I talked about that at length in our autumn planning. So if you're curious about how you want to align each week in the 5 weeks and where should I put this, if you want to take a break or whatever, watch the autumn planning session. That'll give you everything you need as far as how you want to plan. I know a lot of you are also just getting started in October, so welcome. If you are joining us a little bit late, I'm so excited for you to do so. The autumn planning session will also be very easy for you to just plan and get a little bit of a sense of how you can get started with confidence as well. All right, so one, of course, unfortunate update that I will reiterate for our October supplies. Our October supply list has a few errors. I am so sorry. Finding any errors in this book is honestly the most devastating thing. We edited this book so much, so it's always just, we're human, right? Okay. Everyone should have already gotten emailed an updated supply list for October, but I will line this out for you. This says Autumn Festival. This should say the walk. This is Lantern Week, right? So all of these supplies are for the Lantern Week, not the Autumn Festival. And then a few things. This red bean paste I know has already caused a lot of confusion for you all in the chat. What is this for? Yes, that is not necessary. In our first edition, we had our mooncake recipe be a traditional mooncake recipe for the Lantern Walk, which included red bean paste, but a lot of feedback we got. Most kids didn't really even like it. So instead, we took the red bean paste out, replaced it with a delicious pumpkin spice mooncake. If you want to make a traditional mooncake, you can absolutely still use that red bean paste if that's something easy to find, but that is not necessary. So be sure to look at the updated October supply list. That won't be there. And then for Pumpkin Week, we missed a few things for our yarn sock pumpkin, so the yarn and the sock for that. So take a look in your email. You should have received that updated information. So again, I apologize, but just a few little things so that you can plan accordingly. Another thing to note for your supplies, spices. This is like the beginning of spice season, right? So we have a lot of whole spices, especially for Spice Week, but that is not the only time in the rest of the year that you'll be using whole spices and ground spices. So just so you know, we'll be using whole spices for some activities in Spice Week in October, but then in December, we'll be using whole spices again for a simmer pot bag, and that simmer pot bag is a perfect way to kind of use up any leftover spices you might have left over. So while you're purchasing how many whole spices to get, keep that in mind that any leftovers you can use again in December. And as far as ground spices for baking, be sure you're gonna want lots of cinnamon, clove, all of that good stuff for a lot of recipes. We have spice cake, we have pumpkin pie, we have gingerbread cakes in December, so lots and lots of yummy things coming up. So just a note on spices that you can happily stock your pantries because you'll be using them a lot. So just that note, be sure to check your email for the updated supply list for October for a few of those little changes.